this is Dr. Joe Borio, this week's Thought Flash. And I thought this week's Thought Flash we would dedicate to Dr. Reggie Gold. Most of us hopefully have heard that Dr. Reggie Gold's health is not well. He is struggling as of right now. Last I had gotten correspondence through some friends and Dr. Irene Gold that he is certainly challenged. Nate is certainly doing its best to adapt to the challenges that he is facing physiologically. But I thought I would share a story with you. Some of you that have been to my events or maybe heard me speak, I don't always, but I certainly will often talk about Dr. Gold. I went to National College of Chiropractic back in the late 80s. I graduated in June of 1990, and in that time, I'd gotten out of school. Dr. Irene Gold did tests, studies for passing the boards, was not allowed at National. Dr. Reggie Gold I had heard of, but I had heard he was some kind of a religious zealot and talked about some weird aspects of chiropractic and was not allowed to speak on campus. So that was my first familiarity with the names of Dr. Irene and Dr. Reggie Gold. It wasn't until a year of practice, and I was certainly struggling. I was definitely a metapractor as a chiropractor and practiced basically allopathic orthopedics, if you will, without using drugs. And I had met Dr. Gold at a Brian Koslow management seminar. I was actually taught in National that management guys and coaches and consultants, people like me, were bad for the profession and taught you ways to rip insurance companies off, rip people off, and so forth. And certainly Dr. Gold himself was a management consultant as well. So anyways, I listened to Brian Koslow, and I went and they brought in this guy Reggie Gold, and I said, geez, here's this guy that wasn't allowed to speak at National. And basically what he did, he had a flip chart back before PowerPoints, and he said, hey, you got 100 people that come in with hollow back, 99 get better, 1 doesn't. Who are you driving home thinking about? And I was thinking about the one. Exactly the point he was trying to make, it resonated with me. Had I seen that presentation, that talk that he'd done so many times before, I never would have understood what he was talking about. But it certainly resonated very well with me at that time. And I came home, started to really reflect upon my practice, what I was trying to do, where I was going in practice. And then I went down to Lyceum, down in Sherman College. And here I was as a student being exposed for the first time to people like D'Onofrio and Strauss and Grassman and Reggie Gold and Under the Tent and so many other great leaders in our profession, and listened to Reggie again, Under the Tent, and again it greatly affected me, changed my life. So when I listen to Reggie talk, even now, and I watch him talk and do his presentation, you know, he says that he's far left of even a lot of mainstream chiropractic and even some of the so-called, you know, holistic chiropractors. I'm right in tune with him. I truly believe, and certainly greatly through his influence, that even the practice of chiropractic in a purest principled form is to the left of BJ, where BJ, you know, talked about helping the sick and keeping the healthy well. Reggie wouldn't even really talk about sickness or any level of treatment, and I even said that week he wouldn't talk about sickness or any level of treatment. He would talk about correcting the subluxation to allow the nerve impulses, the energy, the innate of the body to flow through the body, and that truly is the purest aspect of what it is we do as chiropractors. I have found through my own journey that you'll hear me say it's better to get great at adjusting above Atlas than below. If you want to have a practice to serve the masses, you have to learn how to communicate, not sell chiropractic, but communicate transfer the conviction of what it is you do as a chiropractor better than you have to do at applying chiropractic, because a great adjustment once in a lifetime is not really going to change enough lives. But getting good at explaining and transferring the conviction of value to those people you serve with chiropractic, and getting them to bring their families and get them to get adjusted forever for their lifetime, that's what's going to change the lives of all those people you serve. And that's really what chiropractic is, what it evolved to become after DD, and as BJ took it further, and Reggie was instrumental as a developer of chiropractic. He truly was taking what DD discovered and what BJ had developed through research and understanding, and took that concept and further developed it, further evolved it into the purest aspect of the adjustment. It doesn't make you a bad person if you don't practice that way. I think we need to get rid of that in our profession. I think we need to stop pointing our fingers at other chiropractors and other techniques, and God, if you use this or that, somehow that makes you more or less of a chiropractor. My attitude is this: as long as you're putting your hands on somebody and adjusting them to improve their nervous system, and that is the foundation of what it is you do as a chiropractor, then you're practicing chiropractic. If you want to use other things then to enhance innate, to enhance the body's ability to heal, I have no problem with that. I think it should be included in the scope of what we do as practitioners, and I really believe that we shouldn't condemn those other practitioners that want to practice that way. I think what needs to be instrumental, though, is that you have to be adjusting people. I mean, that is chiropractic, and you have to be using words like subluxation, and it has to be drug-less. If that isn't at the cornerstone, then we aren't chiropractors. We're allopaths, or we're natural allopaths. We're practiced in osteopathy. We have to be clear. Without subluxation, without the clarity of what these men and women fought for, Mabel and Stevenson and BJ and DD and Reggie Gold, without those generals, if you will, those leaders of this profession, what are we doing? We're cracking backs to make somebody feel a little bit better, and that takes the most beautiful aspect of the metaphysical understanding of physiology, and it minimizes it to something that has no value and that could easily be solved in the swallowing of a pill. Chiropractic is connecting the body or matter to the infinite, and it really is that. It's connecting the energy, the mental impulse, the signal, wherever that comes from, in spirit, and connecting it to matter. And it animates tissue, just like me standing here talking to you, breathing and moving my hands and so forth. And the more connected you are from with the infinite to matter, the more you are in tune with universal intelligence. The more you are an expression of the intention of the universe. The intention of the universe was that we live as healthy, spiritual matter beings. I mean, that's the human being experience. That is the intention. The more subluxated we are, the less connected. Therefore, every aspect of the human experience is less than it should be, and that means you're less of an expression, and therefore you're not only not as healthy, but your thoughts, your clarity of thought, your ability to influence other people, your ability to make the human experience a good one or a great one or a better one, or leave the world in a better place, is certainly challenged. And when you think back at people like Reggie Gold, his entire life was dedicated, and is to this day dedicated to chiropractic. When you hear the stories coming from Pennsylvania, the hospital, about how he is living his life now, right now in these moments, totally in tune with what he taught us. He's still teaching us how to live, and how to live as a chiropractor, and it's such an honor to have lived in his time and been a student of Reggie, and I don't mean to speak in past, to be a student of him now, and he's still teaching me now. He's still teaching all of us now, and the courage and the conviction, to stand for something. I mean, the man not only stands for something, but he walks the walk, and he is a great example of a great human being, as somebody who lives in principle, who wants to teach others through example, who wants to be the change he wishes to see. So it really it is an honor to have just sat with him at New Beginnings recently. So with that, certainly kneel in humble prayer to universe, and certainly say, ask the universe to do what is in everyone's best interests, certainly Reggie himself. And we've got an event coming up in Las Vegas. I hope to see you guys there, and that's coming up next weekend. And I've got a lot of great people. Dr. Martha Nestler just told us she's coming, which will be great. And we've got some other great teachers and some other great chiropractors, and we've got some new people to Chiropractic Consulting, so it's going to be great. With that said, guys, prayers out to Reggie and Irene and the family, and may your innate always flow from above down with 100% of universal intelligence and expression. Have a great week serving those people with chiropractic that you're blessed to have in your office, and I'll talk to you guys in Vegas. Thank you.
Me the best advice. He said each day